Hello, and thanks for joining me. My name is Dr. Joe. I'm a licensed physical therapist and a strength and performance coach. Today, I want to talk about squatting and more specifically, 3 causes of knee pain. The first 2 are pretty common to moderately common. The last one is one I don't see a lot, but is kind of a really big mistake, and it gets really hard to squat well if you're making the third mistake we're going to talk about today. So the first one is knee valgus. This is probably one of the most common ones, so I don't want to spend a ton of time on it, but it's when you're squatting and your knee rolls in. This medial movement of the knee puts a lot of compressive stress on the inside of your knee, those medial structures, MCL, meniscus, some other structures through there. It also makes your IT band want to try and yank your knee back out the other way, and that constant plucking can create some outside of the knee pain. But there's a million videos on that. So if you have that one, you have more questions, just leave it in the comments. 2 is an issue of setup posture. So a lot of times people go to squat and they remember what they were taught in gym class way back when: toes straight ahead, feet shoulder width apart, squat. And some of you may be able to squat like that without an issue. But when we look at human anatomy, typically the pelvis and the hip are not oriented in a way that's comfortable. We have to look at things like femoral torsion and the retroversion angle. A lot of these terms you probably haven't heard before, but they tell us what kind of hip movements you have. So if you have some time, what I want you to do is experiment. Try squatting with a different amount of width. Try squatting with a different amount of toe out. And just see what's most comfortable. What you do have to keep in mind is if you have the toes out, you do have to direct your knees along your foot, because if they go forward and your feet are angled out, we're actually falling back into that knee valgus position. So that's another one. And the third, and this is interesting. I had someone come to me one day, bunch of knee pain with squatting. Literally only had to see her for one visit. So what was happened is she'd been so conditioned to not let her knees pass her toes. She'd be told that over and over and over. And she was not letting her knees pass her toes. She was keeping her tibias really vertical. She was almost going to topple over backwards. But that distribution of stress caused knee pain. And what I tried to explain to her is our knees are supposed to come forward. As long as we have the requisite ankle mobility and we can keep our heels down, your knees can even pass over top of your toes. In fact, what I want to do is I want to show you there's a video clip coming up on the screen. This is the Chinese powerlifting team at the Olympics. They are incredibly good. They win gold almost every year, and you'll see the knees go past the toes all the time, but they maintain their heel contact on the ground and a good distribution of weight. So if you've been obsessively trying to keep your knees back, let them move freely. Free movement is the best movement. That's going to do it for the 3 causes of knee pain I see when squatting. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Have a great day.